Welcome to the Sean Heavy channel. I am Sean Heavy. I will be showing you how to get RuthTooRC3 and upload it to SecondLife. For the most part, you can use this process for uploading to OpenSim also. Things you will need: a web browser, obviously, the UnZip tool, Firestorm Viewer, and a SecondLife OpenSim account. I will put links in the description to allow you to find some of those things if you don't already have them. Okay, now we need to get the collada files for RuthToo. If you go to the github.com OCSean RuthToo website and click on clone or download, then download zip, and you want to put it somewhere you can easily find it. I have a folder on my desktop, and as you can see, I already have it downloaded, so I'm not going to download it again, but if you need to, just hit save. I'm going to hit cancel. Okay, now you need to go to the folder where you downloaded it. And for me, that is desktop, this folder, and here is the ruthmaster.zip. So unzip that folder with your preferred unzip tool, and that will give you RuthMaster. And what you need is the DAE files and BakesOnMesh, and we will be using 4 of these files and approximately 4 of these files. So let's get the BakesOnMesh ones first. You'll be needing physics cube and the feet flat, the hands, and the upper lower. I would suggest copying that to a separate folder just to make it easier when you're in SecondLife to find them. So right click, copy 4 items, right click, paste 4 items. Alright, and then in this folder we are going to get head no eyes, eyes. You will want toenails for flat feet, no feet, and you will want fingernails. For the fingernails, you can go medium long, oval pointed, or you can upload them all. I'll be getting medium for now. Alright, copy 4 items, paste 4 items. Alright, so these are all the files we need for the tutorial. Let's now go into SecondLife. Alright, I suggest that you use or go to the beta SecondLife grid, or sometimes it's called the preview grid, and that's because you can do this uploading basically for free, because it'll let you do all the spend all the lindens you want on the beta grid, and it's not real lindens, it's like play money. So that'll give you a chance to learn it and try it out and test it before you're actually spending real money. Alright, here I am in my Bart avatar. Basically what we want to do now is upload the collada files. Alright, using the menu, build, upload, mesh model. Okay, we go to the file that we created, RuthDAEs to use, and we won't be uploading the physics cube. Let's just start with the other ones right at the top. Open. Alright, in the level of detail, for medium, use LOD above. For low, use LOD above. And for lowest, you want to generate 0. And for physics, you want to choose from file, browse to the physics cube, close holes, analyze, simplify. In upload options, this is important, include skin weight. Then that's good for settings, and upload. And this will put it normally in the objects file. You can always go to recent and it'll show you all your recent uploads or new files. Now we just keep going with all the other files. Upload, mesh model. Alright, next are toenails. And all the same settings. Use LOD above, use LOD above, generate 0. And physics, from file, browse, physics cube, close holes, analyze, simplify. So you can do these again if you're not sure if you clicked on them. So I happen to hit simplify twice. Upload options include skin weight. Then calculate weights and fees. Upload. And you'll see here fingernails or toenails are now uploaded. All right, build, upload, mesh model. All right, we are now on the feet flat file. Generate, use LOD above, use LOD above, and then here will be generate 0. Physics are choose from file, and the physics cube, close holes, analyze, simplify. And the upload options are include skin weight, calculate weights and fees, and upload. All right, and over here you'll see the files that we just uploaded. That's good. Now we'll go on to the next ones. Upload, mesh model. All right, next we need, after the feet, hands. All right, generate, use LOD above, use LOD above, and 0 for the lowest. Physics, from file, browse to the physics cube, close holes, analyze, simplify. Upload options are include skin weight, then calculate weights and fees, and upload. All right, you'll see hands uploaded into your inventory. Now we keep going. Upload, mesh model, and next are the upper lower. Generate LOD, change it to LOD, then 0 here. By the way, this will be the highest fee. All of these should be less than 20, but the upper lower is the biggest one, so it will cost the most. Oops. We want this from file, browse, and physics cube, close holes, analyze, simplify. And upload options will be include skin weight, and then calculate weights and fees, and so 17 should be the highest. And upload, and you'll see that uploaded right here. Now build, upload, mesh model. All right, after the upper lower are eyes. We want to use LOD above, use LOD above, generate 0. Physics are, once again, from file, browse to the physics cube, close holes, analyze, simplify. Upload options, gotta have include skin weight, calculate weights and fees. This is probably the lowest at 12 because it's the smallest thing, the eyes. All right, and you can see that'll be in your inventory. Note that these names are actually a little bit different than the file names, so you'll want to kind of take note of them so you'll remember where they are when we edit them. All right, I think the last one is the head. And yep, head, no eyes. Open. usability above, usability above. By the way, these aren't critical that you do all these. I've just found they seem to work the best. Some people actually do low and lowest at 0, and then medium, they actually will do something like generate and leave it. I always just seem to have, I've tried it out and tested it, and this seems to work the best. I know one thing with the physics, if you don't do a from file, sometimes it has trouble getting to the upload point. So I always do a from file and do my physics cube, close holes, analyze, simplify, and then upload options are include skin weight. All right, calculate weights and fees, upload. All right, we are done uploading. If you didn't notice, you'll probably get a bunch of, you paid this much to upload. You can go ahead and delete all those. They really don't mean much. All right, now we get to the point where we are going to start uploading. Now, I would suggest that you go to a default old avatar that is a classic avatar with no mesh objects, and if you don't already have one, you can find them in the library, in clothing. I think I decided to use older outfits, and let's see, I think I did a gamer female. If you just, in the library here, if you just right click and replace current outfit, that will actually copy that outfit into, I believe it's your clothing. Yes, it'll copy it into your clothing folder and wear it, and seem to like to walk there. Okay, so the other thing I would suggest doing is removing all shoes and extra parts like the boot, detach the right boot. Belt and a beanie are usually okay. Worn on skull, worn on pelvis, that we're not going to be using that, so that's no big deal. Now what we do is go into, I would suggest instead of leaving these in the objects folder, that you move them to a separate folder. Like I created RuthToo tutorial here. You can call it something like RuthDev if you want. And that way it'll be easier to find and it won't be confused with other things that are still in your objects. So if you come over here and select them all, and then one thing that's nice about Firestorm is if you're in the recent folder, you can grab these with your mouse, click over to inventory, just hover on inventory, and then it'll open up that to allow you to copy somewhere in here. The other thing I would suggest doing is creating another folder called something like Ruth Originals. By the way, the bang, bang, bang usually puts it towards the top. So here, I would suggest copying these originals and putting them in an originals folder. So now, these are all the originals, haven't been updated or edited or anything. That way, if you mess up on editing one of these, then you have the originals you can go back to without having to re-upload them. This is definitely worth doing when you're in real Second Life, because you don't want to have to spend more money to upload them just because you made a mistake. All right, now we are going to attach these guys to your body. All right, now if you just do a right-click add, that'll automatically add it to your right hand. And adding to your right hand is not good because everything is defaulted to the right hand, and you don't want a whole bunch of things attached to your right hand. So I would suggest actually telling it where to attach. And I usually attach them to things that make sense, like the head. I usually attach to the neck. And then the eyeballs, I usually just attach it to one of the eyeballs, like, where is it? Right eyeball. And the body lower, by the way, this is the upper lower, but the name changed because it usually uploads the name that is an internal Blender name. You can always rename it if you want. I'm just going to go with it as it named it. And then attach to, and this is the main part of the body, I'd say attach it to avatar center. Okay, that looks good. Hands, go ahead and attach. This one you could actually attach to the right hand, but I'm going to attach it to the left hand just to be different. Left hand. Okay, and here are the feet. Go ahead and attach to one of your feet. How about left foot? And toenails, you can attach those to almost anywhere. I'm going to attach it to a hind foot. Since it's rigged, it actually goes in the right place anyway. And the fingernails, this one actually has a right ring finger. You can attach it to that if you want, which I'm going to do. All right, all those are attached. Now what we want to do is edit them to make them be BakesOnMesh. So right click on one of the items. I'm just going to go through them one at a time. So right click on the head and edit. That'll bring up your edit panel. And what you want to do here is go into texture, click on the texture link, and click on bake. And this is the head, so make it baked head. And you'll notice this is the skin that I just happened to be wearing, and so it actually puts it on right away. It'll do that for whatever skin you happen to be wearing. And that's all you need for that one. Eyeball, you want to right click, edit as well, and click on texture, click on bake. This is the baked eyes, and it'll use whatever eye you're wearing. All right, and body. Okay, the body is a little more complicated because you have two parts, the upper and the lower, which each need a different baked mesh. But we're just going to start with the whole thing and click on bake and make it baked lower. Now you'll notice that the upper is not going to make any sense because it's using the lower texture. But what we're going to do now is edit linked, and notice how it's yellow and blue here. So we're going to click on these little arrows until just the upper one is yellow and the lower one has removed the blue there. So the yellow highlight means that it's only editing the upper section. Now we want to click on texture and change the baked to baked upper. All right. Now it actually looks right with the tank top that she's wearing. All right, on to the hands. Right click on the hands, edit, click on texture, click on bake, and do baked upper. The hands are part of the upper section. All right, next is the feet. So edit, click on the texture, click on bake, and the feet are part of the lower, so baked lower. Okay. And now the toenails and fingernails are not part of BakesOnMesh. But what's nice is you can edit them and color them. So let's color them a dark red. Okay. And the same with the fingernails. Right click, edit, and oh, no texture. Don't need to do that. Just do a color. Edit and select your color. Okay. Now you'll notice if we zoom in that they are red, just like the fingernails. Although the feet are black because they have socks on. If you're wearing socks, you probably don't want to attach your toenails because toenails showing through socks look kind of funny. Also, you'll notice that the hand is in a strange position. You probably want to find an animation that changes your hands. I happen to have one here called Pinto Hand Relax. If you do a play in world, it will, and then just X on it so you get that out of your way. It is now relaxing your hands, so now it looks fairly normal. I'm going to link a copy where you can download one from another GitHub repo, and then you can upload it so you can have your hands relaxed. There's a lot of other places where you can get things like that. All right, so this is basically it. We can now reattach the boot that we had. Let's do add the boot and add the other boot. And now you can see the boots are there. And the pants are there, the belt is there, everything is good. We now have a RuthToo in the beta SecondLife grid. Now, if you happen to choose not to be wearing any clothes when you were doing this, then you'll probably be naked. You can now wear different clothes or tattoos or whatever. All those will work good. You can also, let's see, oh, these are showing on the mesh, the actual mesh body that you uploaded. Even though they look fairly similar, they're on the mesh body. Now the other parts that you have on, like the beanie and the belt, those are actually just the same as they were before. They're actually being displayed, being attached separately. And you can still do that. The beanie and the hair and belts and stuff attach normal. Sometimes you have to adjust them because the Ruth head doesn't always, the RuthToo head doesn't always work perfectly with hats and things. And now you can go out and have your own RuthToo in SecondLife or other grids. I actually have her available in OS Grid, HG Love Grid, and the DigiWorlds grid if you want to go grab them, or you can just upload them to your own grid. All right, have fun, guys.